Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Finger Guns with Tony, Dave, and James. I am your evening midnight crew host, Jimmy, and I am here with
the fucking big tasty Tony B.
Oh, the biggest and tastiest, and
Dave, the destroyer of worlds, and occasionally booties. Most of the time, booties.
I love that.
So many booties.
Right? Thank you.
So many of exactly one booty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Let's not get Dave in trouble on the podcast.
Yes, please don't. Please don't.
It's one booty. He destroys one booty. Actually, no, he destroys two because his own.
Yes.
He's an asshole to it.
He does.
You're right. You're right.
He's an asshole to his asshole.
I do
Taco
I
Bell
do love Taco
abuses.
We tried to get the Taco Bell breakfast, and the fucking place didn't serve Taco Bell breakfast.
What's even the point?
So you know what we
how
did?
How they call themselves a Taco Bell?
You know what we did?
We drove around to five different Taco Bells?
No, we fucking had chalupas at goddamn 10:30 in the morning.
Jesus.
Nice.
I had this fucking drink. It was like brisk Dragon Force or some god
Dragon fruit or something.
Dragon fruit.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be whatever it was supposed to be, but it was just basically grape soda. And it was like I got like punched in the face with like a fist of sugar.
Yeah. You cheated on the Baja Blast?
Yeah, I didn't want the Baja Blast.
What did I get?
You got
Also not a Baja
Springly
Blast?
or
Not Springly.
Springly. No,
It's not called Springly.
Isn't it like SQ? Squirtly?
Not Squirtly. I think it's the thing your dad likes. Christ, I don't remember what it is. It's yellow and green.
It's like a play on Sprite or 7-Up.
Squirt?
It's not Squirt.
Spritz up?
It's not Spritz Up. I'll look it up.
Spritzy.
Schweppes?
It's not Schweppes.
It's yellow and green.
I am not a Schweppes boy, okay?
Schweppes is
Canada,
dirty ginger
Canada
ale.
Dry.
What? No compliments
bust.
brand?
No,
Compliments brand ginger ale?
No. Fuck that.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Absolutely not.
I'll do the President's Choice ginger ale.
PC.
PC ginger ale. But yeah.
Do you remember our aunt and uncle always used to have Schweppes?
Ugh.
It was the worst.
Still do.
Still do. Do you also remember how
fucking spritz up.
homie.
I remember
Do you also remember like so we'd be over there for dinner or something like, hey, go down to the cantina and get a pop out of the fridge. We go down to and like the cans still had like the old Santa Claus logo on the Coke and like the can was from 1992.
It's terrifying.
Best before, and it's like 2008, and you're just like,
Still tastes fun.
what the hell? Like, yeah, let me just drink all this aluminum can.
The President's Choice iced tea. You guys remember that?
PC iced tea.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was literally spritz up, the President's Choice iced tea, and then the Santa Coke.
Yeah, Santa Coke that had been there for 72 years. Starry.
Yeah, that's it.
Good call.
It's good
There
shit.
we go. There we go. Anyway, thanks for that. I'm glad you guys are talking pop and juice and sodas here. This
Yeah,
is
man.
great.
Yeah, man.
You want to talk about a few movies instead?
Well, I wanted to before we get to that, since
all right. Yeah.
since we aren't on Tuesday this week, we're on Thursday. I just wanted to wish a happy Thanksgiving to all of our American listeners.
Oh yeah, good call. Except the wrong Thanksgiving.
Except for anybody who works at Spyglass Entertainment. Fuck all of them.
Oh, that's all right. That's fair. Yeah, fuck all of Spyglass Entertainment, everybody.
Fuck them.
But happy Thanksgiving to everybody else. And,
Happy American Thanksgiving to everyone else.
Gobble, gobble, everybody.
Thanksgiving. Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
I love it.
I could go for some fucking turkey. You guys want to go to the States and get some turkey?
I mean, we could just order like a Swiss Chalet festive spash.
Oh, festive spash.
Tony, they are. There's cars blowing up at the border.
I don't want to
We're
call
not
it the
getting
border right now.
We're not getting political here.
I didn't say-
I just want
political.
some festive
There's
specials.
no political.
Yeah, we can't even
Festive
get to the
specials.
States right now. I don't
Festive
even,
special.
I think they unlocked
special.
the three other ones.
yeah, I think so. Anyway,
Either way,
Festive special, everybody.
that's a chicken, not a turkey.
That's what this guy
It might as well be a
said.
pigeon,
I was
really.
going to say the dirty bird.
Dirty
dirtiest bird.
I just want some of that chalet sauce. Just give me a cup of chalet sauce.
Just drink it raw dog
Yeah,
that chalet
buddy.
sauce.
Yeah.
I want to see it dribbling down your chest.
And
You know what?
this is where I sign off, everybody. I'm out of here.
Why don't we? You know
I
what?
told you this was midnight, Jimmy. This is where I get real close to the mic and talk sultry to you about chalet sauce.
Let's get to why we're here. I don't want to talk sultry about chalet sauce, mostly because I don't have chalet sauce in front of me.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can't all be winners.
It's true. It's true.
Can we also talk about for a moment, even though this is definitely an audio format, that Dave and I came into Tony's house today wearing toques because it is cold outside and we drove here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, for some reason they're just still in our hands. And then Tony decided he needed to go get a toque so that he could be part of the gang. And true. He is inside and warm and he's ruining his nice little cute little haircut and styling.
That's true. With
this hat. I appreciate the solidarity with the toque, but your hair was so cute.
It's okay.
Yeah, but I needed the toque. It's actually reminded me of a time when we first got our house and we didn't really have much in it, and it was so fucking cold at night.
You first got your house. You also didn't have heat in it.
No, we had heat, but it took a while. We barely had any furniture in there, so it's like it can't latch onto anything.
I was just imagining you Zach and Miri style with a trash bin in your living room.
Honestly, that's what it felt like sometimes. And
fingerless gloves.
As you see me right now, that is how I went to bed in a toque, my Roots sweatpants, and an Under Armour shirt.
Did you not have heat?
We had heat.
I'm confused.
It was just super cold at night.
I just don't understand. Like it should, if there's no furniture, it should just fill the room with heat.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
It was day one. It was free energy that day. They give you a buy on the first night.
They give you a buy on the first day?
Jesus.
It was rough.
If you had told me that, I would have come over with a pack of matches so you could have set yourself on fire.
Fantastic. That's a deep cut. I like that. I like that reference. A for effort.
Do you want to talk about some movies?
Yeah, let's talk about movies.
Let's hit it. Let's do it.
So this episode is continuing on our retrospective series, which honestly, when we first started doing them a month and a half ago, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get as far down as we did as last year, because we got to we did the 60s last year.
Yeah, we did 92, 82, 72, and 62.
Yeah, I don't know that we're gonna hit 62, but we are at 82 right?
Not with that kind of attitude.
Possible. It's unlikely. But we're going to do 83 today.
83. 40 years ago, boys.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been a time.
I mean, we're keeping with tradition of watching things that we had really never seen before, so that's a lot of fun. But we got 3 movies to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I'll list them off, and then let's pick up what we're going to talk about. So we got The Dead Zone, Cujo, and The Big Chill.
Ooh, chilly.
Yeah. Cool.
Cuckoo.
What do we want to start off with?
Let's start with Cujo.
Ooh, spooky dog.
Stephen King.
Demon dog.
Would you all think of Cujo?
Before we get into that, why don't we discuss what Cujo is about for the few people who don't know? Because I honestly didn't know what it was about. I just knew it was about a dog.
I knew it was about a demon dog. It was about it, like a really fucked up dog.
It's not even a demon. It's just not a demon dog.
It got bit by a bat. Yeah.
You know, fucked up things happen with when you get bitten by bats.
There was a lot of randomness, but basically, yeah, this dog chases a rabbit into a hole. There's somehow bats also in this hole, and a bat bites him on the nose, and he gets what can only be described as fucked up rabies.
Yes.
And then goes on a killing spree.
Kinda.
Hilarity ensues.
Meanwhile,
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this young couple has child. I don't know. There's an affair going on.
There's so much happening in that family.
The child's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
The dad has a campaign.
The dad promoted a cereal that was killing children.
There's a lot going on. All I know is it culminates in her and the kid driving up to the farmhouse and getting in trouble with the titular dog, Cujo.
Yes. And the son is sweating in the backseat of the car. And
it's hot. It's the summer.
I understand.
Yeah, they can't get out.
Can we also the way that they end up going to this mechanic who lives on a farm where Cujo also resides.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
He goes to one mechanic in town because his tire is a little wonky or something, and the mechanic is obviously busy or whatever the hell. And then some random post office guy says, hey, go see this guy. And I thought, oh, it's going to be like another mechanic shop. No, it's like drive for a while until you see this random landmark and then turn down this dirt road. Like, this guy lives so far outside of town.
It was the 80s, James. It was a different time.
I guess.
It's a different time.
He also drove that whole way on a wonky wheel that needed to be replaced.
He had a lot of things on his mind. He needed to make sure his Ferrari or his Corvette or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah,
his fancy sports car still ran.
Yeah,
but his wife's Pinto. No, fuck that.
Fuck. Was it a Pinto?
I don't even know what it was.
I thought it was a Gremlin.
It might have been a Gremlin.
It was an AMC Gremlin.
It was like a hatchback kind of thing.
It looked like an AMC Gremlin. Like, it looked like a piece of shit.
Either way, it was a piece of shit box.
It was a jalopy.
It was a piece of shit, and he made sure not to get it fixed. He told her to take the shitty car
couldn't get
out
the
to the sticks
off because it was so fucking busted down.
Out to the sticks to fix it, and of course it breaks down.
Well, I mean, he sent her out there after he figured out that she had fucking like cheated on him with some random furniture repairman.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever the fuck that side plot was.
Okay.
There's a lot of side plots.
Okay. So here is my thing. Here is what I have on Cujo.
Yeah.
Okay. The movie is an hour and a half.
It is.
And Cujo doesn't start Cujoing for like
40 minutes.
40 to 50 minutes.
No, legit. I looked at it. Runtime, literally 40 minutes in is when Cujo starts Cujoing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he starts becoming Cujo at the very beginning of the movie, and then he's just a dog with a welt on his nose for the first
and
little while.
Nobody's concerned about this poor dog.
His eyes are all like
fucking get him fucked up. Starts running away from loud noises and shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, why can't you be nice to like? The only person who's nice to this fucking dog is the kid, and the kid leaves the movie halfway through when he starts Cujoing.
Yeah, it's like deuces.
I'm out of here.
I don't need any of this shit. There was also the side plot there was a side plot that was happening with the fucking mechanic too, and his whole fucking. There were so many things happening in this movie.
I spent most of the movie being confused.
Yeah, for a movie about a killer dog. The killer dog thing. It takes so long.
It takes a little too long to get to the killer dog. There's way too much happening.
So much happening.
Literally, all you have to. Dog gets gets bit by the bat. He gets rabies. He goes on a killing spree. That it sells itself.
You could have done it like a Halloween thing. He's just like stalking people in a town and murdering people. Don't keep this dog on the farm,
right? Also,
and keep inventing ways to get people to go out to this fucking farm. Like,
it took so long to get there, but all of that said, when they're in the car and they're on the farm and they can't get out because Cujo's Cujoing, like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That stuff's great. It just takes
way
too long to get there.
I've seen that scene before. I'm pretty sure they showed it to us in film school about like
just that tension.
Scene. Just that scene.
Like,
because
that scene's
literally like I've seen that scene.
Yeah.
And it's like so iconic, and you like that's what people remember from Cujo. Yeah. But he gotta spend like a fucking hour to get there.
There's just so much needless shit.
Yeah.
Also, but I do like that there's the random insert of the post office worker who's gonna go out there, and they're like, no, you gotta hold the mail. Okay.
God. Fucking Christ.
Oh man, there's like a Family Guy throwaway gag at that point.
Yeah,
but
everything about the cereal also felt like a throwaway gag. I was like, what is going on? Why do I care about this man's life with his fucking murdering cereal?
I don't even remember that.
I feel like it was just literally. They just needed to put everybody in place.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could have done that without needing all of this shit.
Yeah.
All of this shit. And like, they're not 3-dimensional characters. Like,
no.
A fair guy, like, he just wants to bang the wife.
Yeah.
I get it. That's it. I don't need extra stuff with him.
I don't need his emotional baggage.
I don't need this extra bullshit with him.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. But yeah. When Cujo starts Cujoing, magic.
Yeah.
And the makeup effects, because like most of it is a real dog.
Yeah.
and like the makeup effects on it, like it's great. And like it's not like they're clearly not abusing the dog, but he looks great.
Yeah.
For like a Saint, like as far as Saint Bernards go. Like I think he does a better.
It's like Beethoven.
I was about to say I think he does a better job acting than Beethoven.
I don't know, man.
Oh, buddy, what are you saying?
Okay, wait. What is the list here? What is the top 5 best dog actors? I mean, number 1 is Air Bud.
No.
R.I.P.
No.
Who's
it's
number 1?
Fucking Roland fucking Beethoven.
What about
man.
Uggy from The
It's
Artist?
Fucking Beethoven.
Uggy from The Artist is a
Uggy's pretty
legend.
great. Uggy's pretty
Beethoven.
great.
He's a legend.
I will die on this hill. It's Beethoven.
And you guys haven't seen it yet, but the dog in Anatomy of a Fall, pretty awesome.
Beethoven.
No,
You and your
Bud.
fucking Beethoven.
Fuck Air Bud.
Hey.
Oh,
What about the titular Marley and me?
Or The Art of Racing in the Rain. That's about a dog too.
What about Lassie?
What about Lassie?
Fucking
What about Old Yeller?
Shadow from Homeward Bound.
Oh, Shadow from Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
What
a
about
good dog.
Chance?
Yeah, Chance is a good
The
dog
rapper?
too.
No, from the
No,
Homeward
no,
Bound.
it's fucking Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, man.
What about all the dogs from Isle of Dogs?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
What about the dogs from All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Oh, all dogs go to heaven.
Why don't you just throw in
What about Lucky from Dr. Dolittle?
Yeah, that's a good one too. What about Oliver and his company?
Oh,
Obviously,
that's good. What about Lady and or the Tramp?
it's a good one too. It's a good one.
Or
What about
101 Dalmatians?
What about fucking Scoob?
Scooby.
Fucking
Scoob.
Scooby.
Scoob, all-time best dog.
All
What
time.
about Goofy?
Fucking Goofy.
Is he a dog?
Yeah, Goofy's a dog.
Goofy's a fucking dog.
So Goofy, when he walks Pluto, is just
Yeah, that's a weird
That's a
thing.
mess.
What about
right?
Pluto?
Pluto. Or
Pluto.
Pluto.
Or
Yeah,
Pluto.
There's
Or-
many a dog
Or
actor.
Brutus. Is it the big fucking like...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot of dog actors.
Anyway.
But all of that said, that is a fucking gigantic goddamn dog.
He's a huge ass fucking dog.
Like, even if
Cujo's
it's
a
a
big
bear.
boy.
That is a bear.
Even if he didn't have rabies, I'd still be fucking scared of him.
You know what's fucked up though too is like, they kind of get to it with this one, not so much because this dog just kind of tears people apart.
Yeah.
Rabies is a fucking death sentence.
Yeah.
The moment you as a human start showing any symptoms of rabies, you're dead already. There's nothing. There's no cure. There is no way to reverse it or stop it. The moment you show symptoms, you're fucked. Like
Great.
that's it. Like it is
Fantastic.
game over.
So don't get bit by any fucking
Do not
squirrels,
get
Tony, or
rabies.
raccoons.
Do not
Don't
get
let the
rabies.
raccoons
Or if you
in.
get bit by anything, immediately go to the hospital. There's something they can do right away. But the moment you show, like if you ignore it and think, it'll be fine. No.
Great.
You will like, yeah, you show up with a symptom, they'll be like, well, get comfortable. This is it.
So at the end, was that
Yeah.
makeup or was that like it's all like slimy and all that shit? You know?
I think it's a bit of both.
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Bit of both.
I think
It
it's
looks
a bit of
fucking
both.
gross and
It
terrifying.
does
It
look
look
very
gross.
gross.
Yeah.
Very
Looks like
gross.
it got
Very
some
gross,
snotters.
and it's very
Yeah.
vicious, and
Yeah.
like there's definitely some scary shit.
Yeah,
like, the window's just slightly down, and all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah. It's fucked up, man.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying in some points, but
Yeah.
it takes so long to
It
fucking
does
get
take
there.
a long time to
So
get
long.
there.
So long.
It does. It takes
and then
way
it just
too long.
ends.
Yeah. And
inexplicably.
we're done. Oh, okay. I
Fucking-
guess.
I fucking love the
Like-
80s.
like,
'cause
no-
the 80s
no
and they're
catharsis, just
abrupt
over.
No,
ending.
we're just done. All of these side plots, you don't care about them. We're just over.
We don't need to answer those questions.
No one cares. No one's here for that. Everyone came for Killer Dog. We gave you Killer Dog. Now go home now.
That's it. Dee Wallace. She's the lead
Yes.
character, and she's great.
Yeah.
And if you guys really want a laugh at this, her movie prior to Cujo was fucking E.T.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good for her.
Amazing.
So she
Good
went
for
from
her.
E.T. to Cujo.
What a whiplash.
What a fucking whiplash. She's also in The Frighteners, which I really liked, and The Monsters, which we were literally just discussing. She looks like she's buddies
The
with Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie one? Oh,
Yeah.
God. Good for her.
The director of this movie, Louis Teague.
Louis Teague, yes.
Teague.
Yeah.
He directed another film that me and Dave adore.
Uh-huh.
It is a film called Alligator.
Yes.
Well,
So I had
you did tell me
when
about
I
this one,
when
yeah.
when I found that out, I'm just
You
like,
had high hopes.
well, the fuck, man. Why is Cujo not
Cujo
that?
suck ass?
Yeah.
Because Cujo was a Stephen King.
But
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
come on.
Even
that
for
was-
Stephen King, that's a lot of yada
And that
yada
was
bullshit.
that was the
Yeah.
same year Maximum Overdrive came out.
Yeah,
Of course.
Since we're talking about Louis Teague, can I
Sure.
just talk about the film I really want to see from Louis Teague? It's called Collision Course.
Oh
and it's
yeah, is that Jay Leno? and
Yes.
Jay
fucking,
Leno and Pat Morita.
yeah.
That needs to happen.
Yeah.
I actually think that's on Kino Lorber, Dave.
What year did that come out?
89.
Oh man.
Oh man, we gotta wait till 2029 to review.
A Japanese investigator and a Detroit cop team up to track down a stolen prototype turbocharger.
I need this.
What the fuck did I just read?
That is
Like,
insane.
I need this movie in my
this.
life. just like, come on.
Pretty much
I
sells
need
it
this.
sells
Are you putting it on your watch list immediately?
Immediately.
So-
Immediately.
So are we recommending Cujo, or are we kind of like tempering our expectations? Because I was expecting something fucking terrifying and a fucking killer dog fucking Cujoing and all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm what I'm gonna say is like, if you are, deep in the weeds and like a Halloween watch list and you are looking for something that is fits that bill, I would say throw Cujo on there.
That's fair.
I wouldn't say that anybody has to go run out and seek Cujo right now. Like, if you haven't seen it, you need to see this. And you do not. You absolutely do not. You barely need to add it to a Halloween watch list, but you can. You just be prepared for a meandering, nonsensical thing until Cujo starts Cujoing, and then you'll have some fun.
So maybe just
temper expectations.
temper expectations, one, or get all the laundry
Fold some
folded
laundry
by the 40-minute mark,
yeah,
and then just sit down,
and enjoy
get
the
your
rest.
popcorn,
Yeah.
enjoy the rest.
And literally, while you're folding the laundry, don't worry about what's happening on screen.
Yeah.
None of it matters.
None of it.
Just
None of
watch
it
the
matters.
opening bit
Yeah.
with Cujo getting bit. That's it.
Oh,
and
no.
then wait.
Opening bit. Understand that there is a mom, a dad, and a son.
Not even the dad. You don't even need to worry about the
Actually,
dad.
yeah. Just understand that there's a mom and a son, and ignore the rest of the movie. You can sleep until the 40-minute mark if you really wanted to, and wake up and you'll be fine.
And she has to, and that they have a shitty car.
Oh yes, sorry, yes.
But a
Shitty
beautiful
gremlin.
house.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that everybody's a bunch of fucking assholes in that
A
movie.
little bit, yeah. Except the kid.
No, the kid's fine.
And the kid's the one who's like fucking sweating to death.
Yeah, dying in the car. Yeah.
Jesus.
Poor guy.
Nuts.
Poor kid. Do you agree? Doctor, do you concur?
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Okay, so 3 to 3 doctors agree.
yeah. It's a film.
It sure is.
And it just
Cinema.
definitely doesn't need to be seeked out. If you're like a
Nope.
Stephen King fan, there's definitely
I
better Stephen
guess.
King movies to watch.
Or if you're a Stephen King completionist.
Yes,
Then you can watch
completionist.
this, I
if you're
guess.
if you're trying to max out
Yeah.
your Stephen King letterbox numbers,
Yeah.
Is
You
it
could
better
put-
than
yeah.
Thinner, Tony?
buddy, no, because like Thinner was fun as fuck, man. Like Thinner goes to a dark fucking place. No.
No.
Let's just watch Thinner, guys.
I've never seen it, sure.
It's
Love to.
Isn't
It's a journey.
Isn't it coming to Scream Factory?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
And soon my shelf.
Nice. All right, Tony loves Thinner that much.
Tony loves Thinner.
Temper expectations though. It is.
Well, I mean,
it's a trash movie.
It's from the 90s.
It is what it is.
but it's fun as fuck.
All right.
It's like Alligator.
That's fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I love Alligator.
Yeah.
Fucking love Alligator.
Excellent.
Have you seen Alligator yet?
No.
Oh, buddy. You need to. We'll have we will have shitty or like creature feature night, and we'll put that on.
Yeah.
I mean, also we could just do a what is his name? Teague.
Louis Teague. Yeah.
Louis Teague night. Now that we want collision course.
Yeah.
We could
That's
do
a good
Gator
double bill.
and
That's a
collision
good-
course.
That's a good double.
It's a good
bill.
one. It's a
That'd
good
be
one.
that'd be a whack time.
He also did Cat's Eye, which is another Stephen King. So
Oh, well, see then maybe
There we go.
it
Maybe.
writes itself,
Writes
There's,
itself.
There's our three-peat.
right?
There you
But since we're talking Stephen King, Tony, tell me about the Dead Zone.
Yeah.
Ooh, The Dead Zone from my favorite director, David Cronenberg.
Ooh,
Our Canadian boy.
Our
Canadian boy. Quick synopsis. It is about a school teacher, Christopher Walken. Gets into a car accident after some rainy nights. Gets into a coma. 5 years pass. And then he wakes up with this crazy superpower that if he touches somebody's hand, he sees the future.
Future or past or something around death around them anyway.
Yeah, something involving
death around them, whether it's past or present or future.
Yes.
Maybe not present, but future.
And
there is some present stuff.
Present, I guess.
Yeah. That's basically it. Yeah. It's like very episodic.
I would say so.
Yeah.
It is a TV show as well, like in the early 2000s with I think it's Anthony Michael Hall.
That would make sense.
I could see more of a TV show than
I could as
a
well.
movie, and this movie, as you said, episodic and could probably have been split up.
It's like a
multiple things.
It's like a 3-act play, basically.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I wanted more. Christopher Walken with like David Cronenberg, and you got Christopher Walken, and then you got Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen doesn't show up until fucking third act.
He's fucking great though.
He's fucking he's next level.
He's so
he
great.
auditioned for West Wing in that movie
for sure.
He's so great.
But yeah, like Christopher Walken is great.
Yeah,
it really shows his chops. I know Christopher Walken's more of like a supporting character. He's usually in the supporting roles, but like this one, he's front and center, and he's fucking amazing. Yeah. And
I thought he was more nuanced and more like less Walken-y.
Yes, very,
very different kind of Walken.
If you're expecting like peak Walken cadence and all of that, you are not going to get it.
Yeah, you're not getting it.
You're not getting it. You're getting a very, very sort of different Christopher Walken than what your brain pictures when you hear the words Christopher Walken.
Mellow.
Yeah.
Just like
he still has some Walkenisms, obviously.
But
yeah, he seems very reserved.
Yeah,
it's very much a movie where like he is out to prove something. That he's not just.
Not just that guy.
Just that guy. And at that point, the guy who won for being a nutcase in The Deer Hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They can do a little bit of a quieter role.
He like shows his chops. Like he really like gets into the character, and I really like that. And like Martin Sheen, another guy who just like
on another level.
He's on another level.
He's so good,
and he believes it. Like you can tell he fucking believes what he's saying. And he is.
I don't know that you can point to a lot of Martin Sheen roles where he isn't like fully committed to the thing. He's always just like committed.
To
whatever it is.
And it was good, but like
fucking Tom Skerritt.
Tom Skerritt.
Yeah. That movie needed a lot more Tom Skerritt.
It's not enough Tom Skerritt.
Not enough. And the female lead, Brooke Adam, I thought she was very good as well.
She was great, yeah.
I thought she was very good as well. It came out the same year as Videodrome.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me, at least.
Two very different movies.
Two very, very, very different movies. But to me, it feels like the least David Cronenberg movie that Cronenberg has ever Cronenberged.
Yeah,
like there's still a little bit of body horror, and there's still like excessive amounts of blood.
Yeah,
but
overall,
it's very different. Like
it's restrained.
It's restrained, and it feels like he is very much a director for hire.
Yeah,
like it doesn't feel. Like, I don't want to say he didn't have his heart in it because I don't know where he was. I don't know. He made Videodrome that same year. Okay. Like he had
his heart was in Videodrome and he was doing this one for money.
The man has some demons. Okay. Yeah. But it felt like it just wasn't Cronenbergian. Cronenbergian enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very much a gun for hire. It's not. It doesn't feel like his story, nor does it feel like
or his style,
his world. Yeah.
I don't know how many of that he's done where he's not doing sort of his own movie, his own.
I would say that's pretty much the only one.
Yeah, maybe he was just trying it out just to be like, hey, maybe I could do it, and then he did this, and then just went, no thanks.
And even like they wanted him for Return of the Jedi at one point.
Wild,
which would have been fucking hysterical.
Huge if true.
Holy shit,
been nuts, man. Cronenberg's Return of the Jedi. You wouldn't have had fucking Ewoks, I'm telling you.
Well, you would have Ewoks, but they would be a lot more monstrous.
Cronenberg monsters.
Have fucking Han Solo talking about the new Flash.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I like when you look at Cronenberg's like filmography. Now that I've seen The Dead Zone, it definitely stands out as like the odd man in the bunch.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Yeah, because like immediately after that, like he did do another studio movie. He did The Fly, but The Fly is very much
very Cronenberg
movie.
It's a completely Cronenberg. I think that was a Disney went, what the fuck did we just at? Or Fox at the time. Sorry, yeah. Fox was just like, what the fuck? Like,
but it did really well, and I believe it won Best Makeup.
Yeah, it should.
It should.
Yeah,
and I think it might have been Scorsese. It was a famous director said when they met Cronenberg that he just kind of looked like a gynecologist.
Oh,
and that's why in The Fly he plays the gynecologist.
Sure, yeah. Excellent.
That's amazing. It's not a bad movie. I don't really know what I was expecting with it. It's just very different. Like I'm a huge fan of Cronenberg. You guys know I love him.
We this podcast is a big Cronenberg fan.
Yes, we very much love our native son.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
I just I'm listening. I'm just thinking about like everything that we've been talking about here. We've been kind of talking around the movie because like the movie itself is fine.
I think I'm going to enjoy it more.
Yeah.
I think I had too high expectations. Like Cujo, I was just like, fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
This one, I think I just had high expectations because it's David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
And
what you get is not what you're expecting.
So if I watch it again, I bet I'll enjoy it more. But I did dislike how episodic it felt.
Yeah, very. Yeah. Very, very, very.
Well, it doesn't help that it keeps fading to black, and like it's like a wholly different fucking time period, right?
It was like the entire the murder that he solves, kind of in the second act, or the second episode, whatever you want to look at it as. That was fun, and had an interesting conclusion to it, and kind of felt like that was pretty good. And then it went on to the third act where he befriends a child. And that's a whole what the fuck is happening? Yeah. Like there's definitely some odd moments. Yeah. And like there's definitely some black humor in it, but it just didn't do much. Although his delivery about the ice that breaks a vase or whatever. That is Walken. Yeah, that's pure Walken. Like Walken is just very like solemn in this movie, and then he goes full fucking Walken, and then after that he's back to solemn Walken. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but Martin Sheen does something very specific at the end of the movie, and I guarantee you I could see another political personality doing that exact same thing. It's frightening. It's frightening how you can picture that. Yeah. I thought of it immediately as soon as he did it. I was like, God damn. You're like, you're like, I could just picture immediately this specific person doing it. Yeah. So from a scale of 1 to recommend, I think it's another mid. Yeah. It's mid. I think, again, I don't think it's a temper your expectations as much as it is don't think it's going to be Cronenberg doing Cronenberg. Which also kind of temper your expectations. It's not like set aside what you think a Cronenberg movie is supposed to be because you're not going to get that. Yeah. But Walken's for Walken, good performances. Amazing. And we keep singing the praises of Martin Sheen because he's fucking awesome in it. And our boy Tom Skerritt. Need more Tom Skerritt. Yes. So much more Tom Skerritt. Every movie needs more Tom Skerritt. I don't know about every movie, but if he's only the movies with Tom Skerritt. If he's in the movie needs more Tom Skerritt. David Cronenberg's Return of the Jedi would have had Tom Skerritt in it. For sure, He definitely would have been Boba Fett. Yeah. And he wouldn't have died like a punk. Yeah, exactly. No Sarlacc pit for him. No, he's a boss. God, could you imagine David Cronenberg's Sarlacc? God, it had one giant worm tentacle. It would have had 87 worm tentacles and a big anus. The biggest, a very, very large anus. Even if Boba Fett did die, he would go in and it would just been like a shower of blood coming out of it.
Jabba would be so much grosser.
Oh my, Jabba would be goopy, so goopy, and
Snotty
he was already goopy. He would have been super goopy. He would have been the most goopy boy you've ever seen. Goopy. I just like saying goopy.
I wonder what Nia Num would look like. I love
that's a
Nia
good
Num.
question.
What the fuck?
Or fucking what the fuck the
Jabba's buddy.
not Jabba's but
That thing would have been
The
fucking
Pigman?
monstrous.
No, not the Pigman. The guy.
oh
Yeah.
oh that fucking, I thought you were also talking about big fucking stupid fucking headpiece thing.
Oh no.
No,
I'm talking about
the
the
Rancor is what I was thinking.
Oh,
David
Rancor.
Cronenberg's fucking Rancor.
Oh man, David Cronenberg's Rancor.
Just put all of the monsters from Naked Lunch in Return of the Jedi.
David Cronenberg's Jabba the Hutt's singing band thing. The guy with the Goldo thing going on. And I'm like, oh, God, what a mess.
I just want to watch Naked Lunch.
No, honestly,
I'm just thinking of David Cronenberg's Rancor. And Tom Skerritt is Boba Fett.
This episode is sponsored by David Cronenberg's Rancor.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
Ridiculous.
What good times. So, like, middle of the line for a Dead Zone. You know, take it or leave it kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's better Cronenberg movies.
I think we were also spoiled by 93. Like those were all bangers.
Yeah.
So these last two that we just discussed, I was definitely let down by both of them.
Yeah, they were kind of middling.
Yeah.
Getting through them was not so much a joy as it was a just you get through them, but
it was like I wasn't like that with Dead Zone. Like I was interested all the way through. It was just like kind of like
I wanted more.
I wanted more. I was let
more.
down a little bit.
I watched it for Halloween, and I wanted much more.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as like Cujo. After Cujo, I was like, well, that was shit.
Cujo wasn't that bad.
It just was underwhelming.
It was so underwhelming.
Except for when Cujo's Cujoing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I watched Dead Zone, then Cujo, then Big Chill. So
that's a hell of a order.
And both in like 2 days. So it's been a journey.
I watched Cujo back to back with Big Chill.
You guys are fucked.
it was time. Let me tell you.
You know what, though? I basically
almost
did that
immediately after each other.
I basically did that. Like I finished Cujo like yesterday afternoon. And then I went to my mom's for dinner, and then I came home, and then I immediately threw in the Big Chill, and I was like, wow, this is a fucking juxtaposition of things.
So it wasn't like that. I mean, literally, like Cujo
you turned it off.
I went
put it on.
Came back and turned on Big Chill.
You're fucked.
That's a trip, homie.
That was a time. Let me tell you.
You're fucked.
So you want to talk about the Big Chill?
Yeah, I guess we're really like connecting the dots here because the director Larry Kasdan.
Oh wrote
Return of the Jedi. And he wrote Empire Strikes Back.
Directed Empire Strikes Back.
No, he didn't direct. That's Erwin Kershner.
That's right. Kasdan did write it. You're right.
Kasdan wrote it.
You're right.
And him and his son, I believe, worked on Force Awakens.
Yes, correct.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
And he fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Correct.
The Bodyguard.
Yeah.
I really want to see fucking Body Heat.
So bad.
But yes, the Big Chill. That was
Big Chill.
That was my pick, mostly because I had it on Criterion.
Yes. Did you enjoy watching your Criterion?
I did enjoy watching my Criterion.
Good.
It has a 40-minute special feature of a special Q&A they did at TIFF in 2013.
Awesome. Oh, that's fun.
Which is very cool. Very cool. But anyways, the Big Chill, for those who don't know, it's about a guy kills himself, really uplifting material, and 7 of his friends reunite at the funeral.
Yeah, and then hang out post-wake.
And then after the wake, they decide to stay at the summer house where he was staying.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend at the time is also there, and they kind of reminisce, and they kind of fall back into old habits, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and have a small orgy. It's fine. It's good. It's a good time.
It's true. It's true.
Am I wrong?
Not quite. But I don't know about you guys, but they're all in like their mid to late 40s, and like they're on like the cusp of like that moment where they have to go on to the next part of their lives,
right?
And they're trying to hold on to the past as well, and that really spoke to me since that's the part of my life I'm in.
Yeah.
So even though like they're like relating to the 60s and I'd be relating to what, the aughts,
I guess. Yeah.
Like still just like the way they were talking, the way that they're that the way their relationships are, and like just the feelings that they're going through. Like I fucking love this movie. I thought it was amazing. I really fucking liked it a lot. I loved the writing. I loved the acting. I loved the introduction, how concise the introductions are. And then when they get to the summer house and they're unpacking their bags and everybody has like specific things that they brought, I thought that's amazing. And I loved, and obviously the score, the soundtrack. The soundtrack's amazing.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah,
it's a banger. Really good. A fucking banger. But how did you guys feel about this film?
I need another watch.
Yeah.
I was.
Well, you watched it right after Cujo.
Yeah, but I also watched it really late at night. So it was hard. It was a little hard, but like you said, David, the acting incredible. The it's probably like one of the best ensembles I've seen.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it's
it is a solid rock, fucking solid.
And
ensemble.
These are all like
they're firing
really
on all
like
cylinders.
This is before they hit the fame that they did.
Yeah,
right. Like this is what launched them. And it was fucking great seeing them, like Kevin Kline, Jeff Goldblum, Glenn Close, William Hurt.
Fuck William
Hurt, but like
he's very good. He's good in it.
He's
Tom
good in this.
Berenger,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I want to give it. I really want to give it another shot.
Yeah.
You guys didn't mention the Mary Kay Place, Meg Tilly.
Yes, Meg Tilly.
Meg Tilly and Jo Beth Williams.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that's a cast.
All of it.
That's an amazing cast. And Jo Beth Williams was coming off a fucking Poltergeist. Like Jesus,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I could have done with a little less of fucking Kevin Kline's sausage fucking flopping around when he's running in his shortest shorts I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's Kevin Kline, man. Like that, when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's believable.
You let your pork sword fly when you're Kevin Kline.
Apparently Phoebe Cates auditioned for Meg Tilly, so that's where he would have met her.
That's amazing.
Nice.
James.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't relate to it in the same way that you did. Tony and I are significantly younger than Dave.
Fuck off. You're not that much younger.
No, but like I can see where Dave's seeing it. And like I related to I definitely related to some of it, but I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not saying it's unrelatable. I'm just saying I'm not at that stage of my life yet where I'm like at that point of reminiscing. I do like the sort of like, I like the idea of like, you know, a friend passes away regardless of the circumstances, and just having like sort of a time where you reminisce and hang out and be together as friends and things like that. So there, and as you said, like as an ensemble cast, incredible. Every single person in this is firing on all cylinders, and they are so good in it. Like from that point alone, it was like it was just like, oh, it's Jeff Goldblum, and then I just completely forgot it was Jeff Goldblum, and he just became exactly who his character was, and it was just melted into the role. Everyone fit so perfectly in the role that they were playing. And like the story unfolds well. It's really just like a bunch of people hanging out for a weekend. Some of it's kind of a bummer, but
yeah, there's a few bummer moments.
Yeah, but most of it is like, huh, yeah, you kind of get it.
And a random moment about insider trading.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that was.
That was weird.
Yeah,
and some of that orgy bit you were mentioning is a little. Odd, to say the least.
There's some choices that happen there.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would want to like my wife to be like, hey, just get this other woman pregnant.
Yeah,
I'm in the other room.
That's literally what I was gonna say. I was like, that whole subplot thing was like,
at least be in the same room, sitting in the cuck chair. Like, what are you doing in another room? Either watch or what the fuck, or leave. Like,
it was the 80s.
She went and hung out with Jeff Goldblum. Like,
I guess I believe there's some sex happening. And what the fuck, man? Yeah, her husband is fucking someone else right now, and just to get her pregnant like a horse, like.
Yeah, that whole
being cold blue, man.
That bit was odd. But I really liked the writing. I really liked the acting.
Yeah.
Did you guys know who's in the box?
Kevin Costner.
Oh, and
they cut a big scene out of the end that would have been like a flashback to them hanging out in a house when they were in college together, and they would be doing the same thing. That's how they're so like there's so much camaraderie, and they all know exactly what they're doing with like when they're setting the table and cleaning shit up, because that's what they used to do.
They did,
and they had this big scene at the end with Kevin Costner in it to kind of show what their relationship was, and they got cut. And if you don't know Kevin Costner's in the box,
you have no idea.
So he was super
I had no
pissed.
idea, so that's crazy.
He was super pissed, but I believe he got cast as the lead in Silverado, specifically as like I'm sorry you got cut out of this movie.
Yeah. I mean, looking at that now, knowing that fact, because I didn't know that, but now knowing that fact and like looking back at the movie, I think cutting him out still is probably
it's for the
better
best.
choice.
Yeah, it's for the
because
best.
like it would have, if you threw that in sort of even at the end as just kind of like a weird montage remembrance thing, I would have been like, it would have just changed everything. Just having,
as soon as you put a face to it, it completely destroys.
It would have changed the whole thing that this movie was going for. The guy who died wasn't really important.
Yeah.
The memory of him was important, but not the actual.
And the idea that everybody's coming together to celebrate.
Yeah. It's not about the guy that died, really.
Or
it's
celebrate and grieve.
Yeah. He just was a catalyst for this happening.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. So
it doesn't matter.
No, I think they made the right choice.
No, they definitely made the right choice. It's just kind of funny that it's not just some nobody. It's fucking Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
But I definitely, like, with the caveat about some weird subplots, I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Tony. I probably will watch it again at some point, just kind of get a rewatch and kind of enjoy it. Maybe at a different time. Maybe I'll put it off for a few more years and see how I feel about it. But it's certainly not something that I don't want to rewatch again. I definitely would like to and would recommend it for everyone to check out. I think out of the three of them, it was the strongest one.
This is definitely
the strongest one for sure.
Yeah.
Well, got nominated for Best Picture, and it won People's Choice at TIFF.
Ooh.
The festival of festivals.
83. What won against it instead?
Terms of Endearment.
Terms of Endearment. It sure did.
I haven't seen Terms. I've always wanted to see Terms of Endearment.
It's pretty good.
Terms of Endearment.
Good.
And James L. Brooks is literally mounting his new movie. Finally, he's made a movie in like almost a decade and a half.
Yeah, that's true. That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. But yeah, I really want to see Terms of Endearment.
You should. It's good.
I'm excited. But hard recommend on
Big
Show.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. That wraps up 83 nicely, but 3 movies up, 3 movies down. Do you think we're going to be squeaking in a 73?
I think so.
Think we can do a 73?
I think we could squeak in 73. 63 might be a bridge too far, but we can squeak 73 in.
That'd be good. Be good.
I think so. But before we sign off, just because we're out on Thanksgiving in America, it seems appropriate that we should briefly discuss Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
Sorry, Dave. Thanksgiving.
White meat. Dark meat. All will be good.
I love that. Thanksgiving.
James, before the show, I told you that I had 2 words for this movie. And you've been so patient and waiting.
I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he forgot.
He kind of forgot. It doesn't really matter.
What
just
was it, Tony?
dramatic effect, you motherfucker.
I've been on the edge of my seat this entire time.
2
holding a fart, but
2 words for Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
it fucks.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Fuck, man. I want to see it so bad.
That movie is so metal.
Oh,
it is
God.
fucking. It delivers.
Hell
It is.
yeah.
It's a very, very low bar to achieve, but it is easily Eli Roth's best film.
Well, yeah, that is. I could clear that low bar. But that's amazing to
Like
hear.
it is very, very good. And like, well, it's trash, but it's
but I mean,
for what it
yeah.
is as a slasher
So
film,
good.
it's very well done. And the opening Black Friday scene, which takes place at a store that was down the street from me and Tony's old house.
Oh wow,
yeah, it's definitely a Walmart.
yeah.
Like that scene is.
Well, it was filmed here.
Yeah, it was filmed in Hamilton.
Oh,
it was
sick.
filmed in Burlington.
Nice.
Tony Pickering.
Nice.
And I believe Port Hope and definitely Toronto.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. So that part was kind of funny.
And I mean, for a movie that whose genesis was a random spoof trailer in another movie,
yeah, and
that's fun.
And he redoes a lot of that stuff.
Oh God, I'm so
and
glad.
It's great when because if you know it, like you get an extra joy out of seeing it. Like there's one part where they were building to it, and I was like, oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, he did it.
One part of it is in the trailer where I was like, oh, the moment I saw the trampoline, I was like, oh, goody.
That's what I was talking about.
And then literally a smile on my face.
Yeah,
man.
and then the other thing.
Oh, buddy, when he like that.
Yeah, I know.
It's so good.
The other
so
thing,
good.
The only other thing that I always remember, well, there's two other things that I remember from the trailer, but one, it's gross. The other one is like the Thanksgiving Day parade where the mascot loses its head, and it's just like, oh man, I love that scene so much. It's so
one of my Twitter
crazy.
buddies is actually an extra in that scene. I was looking for him the whole time. I couldn't find him. And what was I going to say? Yeah, so basically, like something tragic happens on Black Friday, and then a year later, John Carver with the mask starts picking people off. And it's a lot of fun. For a slasher movie, it's a lot of fun.
That's
and
great.
He does some inventive things, and like he definitely goes back to like his fucking nasty roots.
Nice.
Like, there's definitely like a couple bits where you're like, okay, yeah, this is clearly an Eli Roth fucking film.
That man's fucked up.
It's so fucked.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
It's something else, man. And like some of the kills in there, it's like he makes it almost like Gen Z, but like he makes it fun.
Oh, that's great.
There's a lot of like homages to like 90s slashers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it definitely owes a lot to Scream. But I think he elevates it. He takes what was so good about Scream and he elevates it and he makes it like more modern.
Oh, fun.
And it's fucking great.
That's awesome.
And it's so funny.
I have some qualms with like the last 10-20 minutes that I don't really want to spoil or don't really want to get into too much. But remember when we were talking about Cujo having too many characters and needing to put them in certain places in order for X to happen?
Yeah. This does the same.
This does the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This does the same. And it definitely annoyed me when it played out because I was very much into it.
Yeah.
And then
you started seeing the pieces
and
moving.
then there's something happens that predicates this happening. And I was just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Weak sauce. Yeah. But your buddy Rick Hoffman was great.
Oh,
needed more of him.
Louis Litz.
Yeah. It needed much more of him. And fucking, I really liked the lead girl, Nell Verlaque. I think that's Verlaque.
Yeah.
She was very, very good. And Addison Rae, who's TikTok star, was the highest paid TikTok personality at one point. She's fine.
Nice.
She's fine.
Right.
And I don't know if you guys ever saw Zombies, the Disney Channel, like
no,
it's like a Disney Channel musical thing. But Milo Manheim was in that. He's the lead in that, and he shows up here. And
oh my Christ,
he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun in this. And obviously Patrick Dempsey.
I was gonna say Patrick Dempsey, MVP of the movie, man.
Patrick Dempsey's the MVP. He's very good.
He's something else.
Awesome. He's very good. And his fucking Massachusetts accent, thing of beauty.
He's kind of got like the Dewey vibe, but like not as like David Arquette.
Sure.
Yeah. He's like it's McDreamy doing Dewey.
Yeah.
And he still looks fucking dreamy.
Yeah.
So good.
Silver Fox.
No, McDreamy.
Fucking handsome, man.
Silver
Beautiful.
Fox.
I love that.
But yeah, there is a lot of black humor in this.
Excellent.
And there's definitely like, did you have a big crowd when you saw it?
7 people, and I was the only one reacting.
I had about
Nice.
10 people,
Yeah.
and me and friend of the podcast, Matt Layden, were howling and having a blast, and
Yeah.
everyone else was just kind of watching.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like when I saw Child's Play and I was acting like De Niro in Cape Fear,
Sure.
but but we were having a good time, and everyone else
Sure.
was not as much having a good
Yeah.
time.
Everyone was just like silent. And I was like, oh, jeez. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, God. Like, I was freaking out. The
Yeah.
whole, like,
There is
Melissa
a-
was laughing at my reactions.
Yeah.
And
It's a nasty piece.
Nice.
it's the one,
Nasty.
like, towards the end, I think one girl said something out loud, and I was like, oh, man, she felt
Yeah.
it for sure.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they're so quiet. I was like, God damn
Aw.
it, people, like, fucking react.
Do something.
Have
Do
fun.
something.
It was
Come
it was
on.
probably like one of the funnest times I had at the theater this year.
That's
Funnest
awesome.
is not a word.
Okay, more fun or most
Most
fun.
fun.
Most fun.
Most fun. Most
That's
fun.
awesome.
And
Sorry.
there's some rock solid tension.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
excellent. I love
yeah.
that.
I think you will enjoy it. If
I
you're
will.
you will enjoy it. But to the listeners, if you're into slasher and you're into camp, it's not totally camp, but there's some campiness to it. If you're into that sort of slasher,
Yeah.
Aces.
Sign up. Yeah.
Buckle up.
Aces, buckle up.
Awesome.
And it is American Thanksgiving. What better way to celebrate than going to go see Eli Roth
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving?
Absolutely.
Fun for the whole family.
Yeah, except for Spyglass Entertainment. Fuck all of them.
Yes.
Fuck them up.
They don't get to see Thanksgiving.
They don't get to see
No.
Thanksgiving.
Or have turkey.
No turkey for you.
They get nothing.
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 A lump of coal.
Yeah.
Swift kick in the ass.
And before we go, I just wanted to throw in a few words about Ridley Scott's Napoleon.
Napoleon.
Yes. I wanted to say that it is long. It is 2.5 hours, and apparently the director's cut is 4.5 hours. and
Unnecessary.
I am not going back to this movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Ridley Scott.
It
man.
is,
Fucking
it is so
Ridley
badly
Scott.
edited. Like, it's a mess. This movie's a
Jesus.
fucking mess. Characters just show up and then leave. It,
Nice.
Like, a good chunk of the movie hinges on your knowledge of not 19th century French politics.
I know nothing about 19th century French politics.
Neither do I. And like your knowledge of Napoleon and
Jesus.
it
So
just-
I gotta read a primer before I watch
you
this
gotta read a
fucking
primer
movie?
before you watch it, because there's just, and like they introduce certain ideas and then they don't really go anywhere. Like
Wow.
there's a whole subplot about him wanting an heir, which I get,
Sure.
I understand,
Yeah.
but then once he gets the heir, you don't really hear about the kid ever
Right.
again. He basically is holding him in one scene and then he just doesn't show up again.
Nice.
And
Right
then
on.
there's another scene, there's another bit where she's making eyes at someone, and you can tell that there was a scene before that and a scene after that.
Oh.
That makes sense of what the fuck's going on there.
Oh.
And like, if you can't make a movie that's 2.5 hours coherent,
Yeah.
4.5, adding another 2 hours is not going to help your case.
No.
I know everybody loves the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven and calls it like the second coming of Christ, and that the theatrical's unwatchable, but like, Ridley, I admire
then-
you. You're about to turn 86
Yeah.
years old. I admire your tenacity. I admire your ferociousness. But man, you need a better editor, or your editors need to not listen to you.
Yeah.
Because you need to make a movie that's fucking coherent. And this is not
in this bullshit of like always having a director's cut, or like if the
Right?
director's
He's
cut
never
is supposed
fucking
to
happy.
be, if the director's cut is supposed to, well, yeah, let's not get into the Blade Runner conversation.
Yeah.
But if the director's cut is supposed to be what you wanted the film to be in the first place, then why the fuck are you cutting your shit down to whatever the fuck it is?
Why are you even doing 4.5 hours?
Yeah. Why are you releasing pieces of dog shit only to turn around and be like, no, this is just there's this version.
This is the real version.
This is the real. Well, what even the fuck does that mean? But
it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Again, the Blade Runner conversation. Which one? Pick one. The final, the directors, the theatrical.
He totally did not think he was a replicant.
No.
There's no way he thought he was a replicant. He
No.
went with that theory after someone else told him. I will take that to my grave about Ridley Scott.
You are absolutely right. After seeing all three of those cuts, no.
He does not know.
No.
But
I still don't understand that movie.
Tony, it's just vibes.
It's about being human. It's about humanity and being
What does
alive.
it mean to be human?
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Do androids dream of electric sheep? Go read the short story.
It's all,
but that's basically it.
And it's just about memory and tears in the rain.
I was just about to say
teardrops.
I thought the whole movie was about teardrops in the rain. To be honest.
Yeah. No, it's just about Rutger Hauer.
Fucking love Rutger Hauer in that movie.
God, he's sexy in that movie, man.
He's always sexy. Even in Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yeah, I was gonna say in like fucking Sin City and Hobo with a Shotgun. Jesus.
Hobo with a Shotgun.
Hobo with a Shotgun. Speaking of Thanksgiving. But yeah, no, Ridley Scott needs to rein it the fuck in.
He definitely does. Like he still has a vision. Like he's a visionary and he still does his visuals right. I know Avnish, friend of the podcast, is going to disagree with me on this, but the battle scenes are great.
Are you kidding me? He said it wasn't great.
He was not a fan at all. But like I know you guys have seen the trailer, so there's the bit where they're fighting with the ice, and apparently it's not historically accurate whatsoever. Great. Which I don't give a fuck.
Whatever.
But it's
neither does Ridley.
No, he doesn't either.
Ridley's response is absolutely perfect.
But that scene,
were you there?
Is a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
That scene is a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
And like
it's just you have to slog through a mess to get there.
It's just like the battle scenes are like just kind of scattered.
Okay.
And they're great.
Yeah.
And they're really well done. And they're shot beautifully.
Yeah.
And they're bloody as fuck. Like Alyssa was with me, and I don't think
she's never been afraid of that.
I don't think she was ready for how fucking violent this movie was.
Yeah.
But it's just the shit in between and the bipolarness of fucking Joaquin and Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
Like they're both terrific in the movie, but like because so much of their shit got cut, it's like this scene doesn't really jive with this scene. This scene doesn't really go with this scene. It's just so mismatched and like he's just he's super horny for half of the movie, and it's weird.
Yeah,
because he's like the Joker.
All right.
He's like Arthur Fleck, and it's weird.
So I'll wait for the Napoleon all battle scene supercut to drop on YouTube, and I'll just watch that and then call it a day.
Yeah, but it's the sound is great.
Yeah.
The sound design is great.
All right,
so nice.
I don't want to say it's not worth seeing, but you might as well wait.
It's coming on Apple. So
you might as well wait
for the 4.5 hour director's cut and see whatever the
fuck that is.
Yeah.
And you can pause it whenever you need to, or you can just stop watching and come back to it type thing.
Yeah.
Like nothing about P or anything like all the shit with Scorsese.
Sure.
It's just it's a slog.
Yeah. And that's even harder, right? Because like, you talk about really long movies. Like, I mean,
even Luna doesn't like it.
She really doesn't.
No,
but even like
Luna is not a Ridley Scott fan.
But even like 2.5
Jesus, we know how you feel, girl.
Girl, please. Even like a 2.5 hour movie is long, and if you're feeling it, that's great. That's way too long.
Yeah. But
also like Killers of the Flower Moon was longer, and it didn't feel that way.
Did not,
because it's not an incoherent mess.
Yes.
And it's just like there's so much that can be said for
Jesus, Luna, for
editing and for creating a story that makes sense and not cutting whatever your original vision is down to whatever the fuck it is and making a mess out of the entire thing. I don't know.
Exactly. If you were Holy jeez.
I love this. Honestly, I love this Luna interlude. This is my favorite thing. Luna's got so much to say about Napoleon.
If you were
she knows about 19th century France politics.
Apparently.
Bring her on the podcast.
Apparently, she's big into Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, in her past life, she was Marie Antoinette's cat.
Or maybe she was Marie Antoinette.
Were you Marie Antoinette? No, you don't want to say anything?
She's finally up against the microphone and says nothing.
You wasted your one opportunity. It was your 15 minutes of fame.
If you were contracted to bring it in at 2.5 hours, you shouldn't have had all this extra footage to go with. You should have cut it down, made it coherent, and then made the director's cut just a compliment to it, not the movie you actually wanted to make.
Exactly. Agreed.
Fuck.
There it is. There's Dave's full feelings out in full force.
Yeah, seriously. Fucking rein it in, buddy. Rein it in.
You talking to me or Ridley Scott?
Ridley.
Well, Ridley.
Fucking Ridley.
Sir Ridley.
Sir Ridley.
Oh, God. The wrong Scott
Don't say that.
I've said it before, but I try not to say it. I try not to say it on the record.
Oh,
Jesus.
man. I was waiting this entire time to just find a good spot to slip that in.
I hate you so much.
That's rough.
Hey, at least Tony knew brevity.
This is true.
The guy is 86 and he is churning out these epic movies. Come on, man.
No, I have respect for that, but
It was a joke.
I know.
Was it? But yes, he does need to learn brevity, and he does need to learn to not make a fucking director's cut out of everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
or a final cut.
Or a final cut, or a fucking international cut, or whatever the fucking sushi. They call me sushi.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck nonsense that is.
I always enjoy the fact. I know we're just talking about Ridley Scott now, but I always enjoy the fact that more recently he's come out saying he regrets doing Prometheus instead of was it Prometheus or Alien Covenant? It was Covenant instead of Blade Runner 2049. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I'm not.
I think I was literally about to say 2049 is the better movie.
Denny's a better director than you.
I think I can say it in all honesty when I speak for the entirety of humanity. When I say that Ridley Scott is the only person on the face of the planet that's upset that he didn't direct Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
I feel he is a very, very, like the smallest minority ever to say something like that.
I don't know anybody who's like, oh man, Denis Villeneuve, you just fucking ruined Blade Runner. What I need is cut number 17 from Ridley on this movie.
Yeah, but no.
I mean,
Ridley
Scott's Blade Runner 2049 would still be debating whether fucking Deckard Cain was a replicant. It'd be Harrison Ford pondering. He might as well have just spelled it replicant.
I just think it's cute that you think he would have made it.
Yeah.
He definitely that movie never would have come out.
The movie never would have saw the light of day.
God.
He was shoehorning aliens into his whatever fuck Prometheus backstory nonsense shit was.
Covenant was a lot better than fucking Prometheus.
Oh, Prometheus.
Prometheus is a more stylish and a better
ambitious.
A better and more ambitious film, but Covenant is
a better alien movie.
A better alien movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it'll always have I'll do the fingering. Which me and Tony saw at a screening of that. It was full, and I just like I choked. I fucking choked.
So good. Fassbender's so good.
I almost died that day.
God, I love Fassbender
so much. I choked so hard when he did it.
He's something else.
Yeah.
God.
Well,
anyway. Let's wrap up this episode.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
After besmirching the good name of Ridley Scott for a while. Sir Ridley Scott.
Good name.
Name. It's fine.
Fucking guys.
We're never going to meet Ridley Scott.
Not at this rate.
He's 86. I bet.
He's going to be mad. He's going to say, oh, this Sir Ridley, the Canadian team over at Finger Guns wants to interview. Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
I definitely would have made Blade Runner 2049. Cocksuckers.
Well, I mean, no, you wouldn't have. But anyway, it's fine. If he denies us, we'll just get on the Ouija board and talk to Tony. It's fine.
We'd still be waiting for it.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well, anyway, I think that does that wrap us up? You feel
That
good
wraps
about
us
that?
up, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does.
All right, that's good. So we're back in 2 weeks? A week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Regular scheduled programming.
We'll be back. It'll be another
back on Thursday.
It'll
Yes,
be another
actually, we should
Thursday.
mention that. Yeah. The Finger Guns team seems to be traveling a lot recently, so we have to continually reshift our episodes around. But so this week, you're listening to this on Thursday, and 2 Thursdays from now, we'll be back in your ears again.
Yes, and then we'll be back. Then we'll be back
probably
to our
on
regular
Tuesday. Yeah,
our regular Tuesdays.
yeah, we do like Tuesdays better, but this
true.
Thursday thing is just working out for us. I kind of like it in a little way.
I agree.
Maybe we'll just always be Thursdays now.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll shift the season for season 3.
Ooh, cute, sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get renewed for season 3? Did our producers say that we could do this?
I think we still have another month to decide.
Oh, I thought that was what Luna was saying when she came in. That was
No, she was talking
She's our
about
producer.
19th century French politics.
Yeah, that's right. Right. All right. Well, anyways, see y'all in 2 weeks. I've been Jimmy.
Tony.
And Dave.
And this has been the Finger Guns Podcast with Tony David James. Good night.
Pew, pew, pew.